On the move from inside his 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. It's not often we focus on a matchup quite like this, but, David, we have a couple of premier tight ends in this game.
And we've seen it recently, right? Ty Warren last year, Brock Bowers the year before. Like, you can build an offense around an elite tight end, and both of these schools do it. The speed, the playmaking ability, the versatility. Palmer, I bet you wish you had a guy like this you could talk to.
You're right, David. I played with a lot of NFL guys at tight end, but none of them were as dynamic as these two right here. And you're going to see them get the ball in a variety of ways. We're seeing offense change in college football, and one of the biggest reasons is the versatility now at the tight end position, and these are two of the best in the entire country.
Oh my God, I thought it was around there, but good shit.
He goes out of bounds, maybe a step shy of the 40. They're going to mark it at the 39, and a really nice pickup there. They'll snap it from the 39, 1st and 10. Handoff from the gun. Turns it on in midfield. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
Well, that's why this running game can be so dynamic. This guy is special when he has the football in his hands. He can make people miss. He can run with power. He also has speed. You saw it on that last play.
You don't buy no motherfucking.
Looking downfield on 1st down. Oh, he should have had that one right in his hands, and he couldn't hang on. Typically, he makes that play. It'll be 2nd down.
Sometimes it takes quarterbacks a few plays to really get into the rhythm of the game and not force things. I think the quarterback that time was really trying to force the ball to his wide receiver, but against man coverage, there were other guys on that play that were open that could have had a chance. So this quarterback just needs to settle down a little bit. He won't be throwing as many incompletions. He just lets the coverage tell him where to go.
Yeah, and you can tell the quarterback breaks a little bit and he starts moving and tries to throw a little bit across his body. And why is that dangerous? You're not accurate. You're not accurate with the football when you do that. You can tell it wasn't close to being a completion. He's got to do a better job setting his feet, making a clear, concise, good throw.
Celebration. Yeah.
They were really starting to put a drive together. And after a couple of incompletions, now they need a big play on 3rd and 10. Fires to the wideout. Makes the grab. It's Campbell. He's in for the score. Touchdown.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. And if this quarterback gets through his progression, David, and he hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit big stride right on his play.
You don't like it. You don't like more than for the mid guys. They throw down. Like they have a good time. While they playing football, and man, they don't see it. They have a good time. We're gonna go down there early so we can tell them. Lord.
Looks as if we have an injury on that last play. We'll take a break to check it out.
To watch his emergence as a quarterback. He started his career as a game manager for you, the ball over. But this season, he's the guy who the Jacksonville offensively. He's become an offensive weapon rather than an offensive advantage.
Taking a look at from inside zone 10. Let's see what he gets. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. And what a performance. There was a show from this guy in the last game, and he has to have a ton of confidence coming into this game.
Yeah, it is a great game. And watching that tape before this game, like you could tell, man, he was seeing the balls coming out, just touchdowns had to do a really nice day. And I think, Jesse, you take that and you start to build on it for this offense and really continue to trust him.
That's a
good point. I think he really earned his offensive coordinator's trust after that performance. So I'm anticipating
God. Oh, God.
This offense has to be feeling it after that last one, and they'll snap it 1st and 10 just outside the 20.
Hey,
Saunters into the end zone Did not take long to get into the end zone. Now let's see if this gets this offense to hit overdrive.
You may have a situation here. You might have more points and more points drives and things like that. That quickly chews up that much yardage. Defenses are going to have to get something figured out.
2 weeks
And
back
they
to back.
move on top with the extra point, 7 seconds. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. Kickoff unit on the field, and this defense will be called on to protect this lead.
Mississippi.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. And the offense back on the field, ready to dial up ball plays. These two teams swapping early scores, and they'll try to move back on top. Down 7.
What?
They'll knock it down for a loss of a couple.
Defense, you know that Alabama State
That's such a
tried
great
to play
physical
things
play
through
by
and
defense, because this is one of the better, more physical running backs I'll see in the country. We're used to seeing him push the pile the other direction, not that time. It's the big guys up front
that's what
on
they come
defense,
down here
getting
and that's what
penetration,
takes the
Get out of
sending his back
Get out of
attack.
It's turned back to get the
Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out of
about
the
receiver
35.
4.
Well, it's a nice play design there. You're getting the running back involved in the pass game. The quarterback moves into him early so he can go to work upfield and get
So
a
that first down.
first down.
sets them up at their own 40-yard line. We've seen his top rusher in the SWAC, and Jacoby Morgan straight ahead. He had 120 yards on 12 carries last week in that win over Alabama in the Gold Coast Challenge, a gain of 9.
What you see from Jacoby Morgan, that's how he plays. He is a pocket passer, likes to do things from the pocket, but an efficient runner, but really doing a great job with his decision making this season.
2nd and 1, electing to throw it. Instead, Morgan quickly steps up, slides for the first down, and into Hornet territory.
And that's quarterback play. The passing situation, route back to the coach, you're going to trust him. He's not going to get sacked. You don't see anything you like, just run it, pick up a couple yards, extend the drive, first down, Jackson State.
Jackson State team coming in, picking up 268 yards off the ground. And here it is, a nice move there. And Jalen Dupree on the carry, and another first down for Jackson State, who's moving the ball well.
Yeah, you talk about, look at the vision there. One cut, gets upfield in a hurry, takes on the safety. Good job by Jackson State, particularly co-offensive coordinators, Ripker and Manny Ramirez.
They decide to run it once more. This time it's Travis Terrell Jr. on first down. Good game for the running back out of Atlanta, Georgia. Pickup of 7. And here, if you're Alabama State, you know that you're going to get a steady dose of run plays from Jackson State. We talked about how they are not only tops in the SWAC, but second in FCS in terms of rushing yards per game and overall leading the SWAC in total yards. No movement on the left side, no call for Jackson State. The pass complete to Shamar Savage, and Savage inside the red zone, brought down.
That's kind of, you think about it. One thing Alabama State wants to do, they play people. Eddie Robinson is a defensive play. State trying to prove a point that we're going to take on this tough defense that you have here and make an impressive first drive in their homecoming game.
And another handoff, and a cut there and a flag coming out late. We're in the midst of the play, as right now Jackson State having their way. We'll see what this call is as Preston Clipper, our referee for today. Let's listen in.
Personal foul, straight back, on the defense, number 3, out. First down.
That going against the veteran Keon Lewis, the only returning starter on defense from a season ago in all-conference safety.
Well, I saw there, Keon Lewis, he plays free safety. Because Jackson State was starting to run the football, they brought the safety down on a run-stopping blitz. Let's let you know right now early, Jackson State winning the battle at the line of scrimmage in the trenches, forcing Alabama State to bring down secondary defenders.
Ball placed on the Hornets' 8-yard line. And the Tigers look back to pass. Morgan looking across, and Shamar Savage across. And touchdown, Jackson State. Shamar Savage, who scored his first 2 touchdowns of the season last week, adds another. And the Tigers strike first. TC Taylor understood the importance of a game like today and understanding that consistency was going to be important. 6 plays, 75 yards, just over 2:20 taken off the clock. The extra point is good by Gerardo Beza, and Jackson State with the opening statement here in the SWAC Showdown.
And you know why they were able to score this touchdown? I want you to watch this ball right here, and before we move on, take a look at the quarterback, what he's able to do. This is sitting comfortable. You're supposed to be uncomfortable in the pocket when the play's going on, but the protection is stellar. And you're just going to see Morgan realize he doesn't have to go anywhere. This is a clean pocket on the 15-yard line. Great job by the O-line, allowed him to make his read. 1, 2, 3. That's how you draw it up. Look at Morgan. Does he feel any pressure? Gets rid of it. They space it out good. If you're going to spread out the field like that, you have to have time. Right now, this offensive line from Jackson State is looking very impressive.
And so has Morgan, because the guys that were on the
got his man on the outside. And the defense
a couple of weeks ago, were waiting on that sitting out of expectation.
Now on 2nd and long.
He had a great performance. The Jaguars. This is a game.
From the shotgun to hand off to back. He is going nowhere, and this defense is manhandling his running game on the last couple of snaps. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Looking to throw, and he needs a run. Going to take a shot. And it's inside the 25. And he'll go down, but not before the big pickup and the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break. We'll let him be checked out.
He is one of the 10 answers in all of FCS football categories.
70% pass on year. That's very impressive.
I don't know who this white boy is.
Now they get work from just outside the red zone.
Leaving with the back. Every time we call, we get jumping.
Really good running gets it into the red zone, and they'll have it at the 16.
And then the pass is set.
They can really be aggressive after that last play at 2nd and 3.
This weekend.
Off-play action. Knew where he wanted to go with it, he couldn't find his target. It's incomplete. That last incomplete pass has him staring at a 3rd and 3. Wants to throw on 3rd down. It's Smith. He's brought down.
Now, lucky here, it's also going to flash late practice and put that pass and walk-handed.
Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same goal.
That's the intensity of the Jackson. They're
crashing it into the side.
What?
There's the numbers.
They'll dive into the run on 1st and goal. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down to
95 yards on the ground average.
see if they can get it done on 2nd and
Carry.
trying to slam in. And there was nowhere to go to stop his tracks
They
in the
handed off.
backfield.
Staples running back.
You can't afford to squander these opportunities once you get into the red zone. Twice they've been denied. Here's 3rd and goal. It's incomplete, and this ought to be a boost of confidence for this defense. Getting a stop against these guys on 3rd down. And this one splits the upright. And with that field goal, they now have
This is your body to be done.
they're putting 3 on the board.
That
The
to be there
kickoff
for
field
a rush
goal
for
ready to
6
go.
yards to keep the drive alive or pass it.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out
Timeout
to the
taken on the
25-yard
field.
line. So, guys, we'll get another look at this offense. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line.
It's likely
Last drive
Cincinnati
went for 6
coming in for
points.
those of you who know much
And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Well, trying to run the football there, just nowhere to go. They got dominated
started it
up
off.
front.
Jacoby and Morgan, a player
Got
to watch,
stuffed
and
on
the
first
offense
down. It's
overall
2nd
for
and
the
10.
Tigers were clicking in the opening possession.
Aggressive drive. The offensive line protected the quarterback. Opened up plays.
Quarterback on the game.
That seems like that's going to be the key to
Back-to-back
the
plays.
offensive
He
line.
got nothing, and now they're looking at 3rd and
Alabama
long.
State defense.
6 plays,
Trying to pick up a
75
first
yards. For that opening drive for TC Taylor's
Trying to move the sticks on 3rd
HBC
down through the air.
national champions.
And that's
Like
incomplete. A
J.
defender
Walker
all
on
over
Tippy
him.
Green.
Knocked
It's
the ball
hard
on
to
the
come
ground.
season,
4th
but it
down
all
coming up.
flagship
Punt team makes its way onto the field. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. Able to get the first one of the day away. They did have to send it out 3 times in that victory last week. Coverage team gets it, check it down, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. Opening snap of this drive comes from the 38-yard line. Using play fake, now the throw. The sweep beat by
Get out of there, boy. Get out of there, boy. Get out of there, boy.
Reeling as we come to the end of the first quarter. Here's one period, and these receivers are showing talent.
Necessary.
Big time. Take a look at the stats.
It was a great ball by the defensive coordinator, Forensic Quinn, but Biden just outlined him.
Switched ends in the field, and we're ready to get things started
For
here.
those of you just tuning in, the top
They've got a
scoring
first down here to
offense
open the
in the
period.
SWAC in Alabama State. If it's the top scoring defense in Jackson
He
State,
leads
it's
it
going to
with
be
his back.
a great matchup.
Holy shit, bro.
He's going in for the score. It looks like he's going to get it. He fumbles the football. Who's going to get it? Johnny on the spot. The offense finds the football, lands on it, and gets the touchdown.
In hits, rush yards, along with touchdowns. If those could have been the opponent for your Alabama State, Alabama A&M.
Just got a little casual with it through the extra point. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Hey guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Alabama is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now, but there's not a soul who doesn't believe the Tide can't roll back into this one. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Vanderbilt. Implications galore inside the SEC, and we'll circle back if anything big should happen.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. Hines is back in the middle. Nice gain on that play, but a little bit short of the first down.
Eddie Robinson,
Now
the
here on
Alabama
2nd down, see
State
if they can tossing it
play in
around.
the NFL, and then his first head coaching
They'll run it
job.
from the gun.
His
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
Defense has always been a hallmark.
Line is set on
Chip
3rd
J, a
down.
great linebacker, both at Alabama State and with the Houston Oilers, and now this one, it's
Off yard wheel, fire right, tried to convert. And his molars are probably rattling after that big hit, but he did get the first down. Looking to throw on first down. Throws to the wideout. And he had it for a second, but it just dribbled out of his hands.
And this defense, we know they present a lot of challenges. You can see it right there, man. They shrink windows fast. They're a top 25 defense in the listen. You really better make sure you're dialed in today, or else they can make you pay.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there to still a little ground to cover and pick up the first. Third short from the 44, and we might know they plan to go for it on 4th down. Might want to make it here. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down.
And I love the aggressiveness by the defense. 3rd down, make sure that there's not DBs.
Oh, we got that stop like just
Those RPOs, those quick throws, those easy routes, did a really good job and made the tackle, forcing the 4th down.
They'll get down and put a stop to the return at about the 28-yard line. And let's see what kind of ball plays this offense has ready.
Dallas won't score. Being noisy.
On wide receiver comes in motion. To the air on first down. Throws for the tight end. Oh, it's picked off. A rare mistake from this guy. He'll be stopped, but not before getting the football and picking up big yardage on the return. What a play there. This offense has it with really good field position. They'll run it here on the jet sweep. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. One way down off on second and a long way to go. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
They're trying to run the football. There's just nowhere to go for the ball carrier inside. They're trying to bounce it to the outside. That linebacker way too fast. He met him there and forced the TF.
On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And the incomplete pass will bring up fourth down.
This is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started in their opponent territory. Now you're fourth and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
They'll try to salvage a field goal on this drive. Right down the Bulldogs. They trim the lead to 5. It's 15-10.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
The purpose of showing why you're the number 1 ranked team in HBC.
And he takes this from inside the 5.
Yeah, no, one way to go. Fuck it, let's go. I should not even talk about it.
They have some time here late in the half. Looking for space. It's quick.
Shit, but.
Came through like a shot and knocked him down for a loss of 5.
Shit, everywhere,
They're going to be in a world of hurt if they don't get this thing going forward here on second down and 13. Wants to go up. And the sack. Back at the 5.
I tell you what, man, you better look at your football and see where they are. You don't want to get back in that end zone and bad things happen when you get sacked.
Ooh, got him.
You want to even risk this quarterback having to hold on to the football very much longer after watching that last night. This defense right now is pinning their ears back in this area of the field, and they are getting after him quickly.
Fuck him.
Fourth down. Looking to pass.
Grab it that way.
Finds a little space.
Grab it that way.
Breaks into the open. He's finally scouted a big play there with his hands. He moves those sticks. Dolphins setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout to see if they can tack on a little more before the break. Offense getting set for first down.
To his receivers more savage as those impact players were brought to you today by the
Wants to go up top on first down. Trying to escape and get it himself. Crosses the 30, he's got a lead. And the strategy of just letting the quarterback run until he gets tired is not a winning one.
No, yeah, not no, no,
Supposed to win another first down.
Right.
People need to know about
Use the play fake.
Hey, get out of there.
Burns a little time with his feet.
Ooh,
Great
shit.
job by this savvy senior to know when he just needs to move the sticks with his feet.
Man, I want to be the play caller. Just to have a guy in the quarterback spot, that's over 100 yards now that he's chewed up. He can throw it, he can also pull it down. He's so elusive, makes plays, really makes this offense go.
There's a timeout on the field. Tight game late in the first half. After coming up with back-to-back explosive plays, here they are, first and goal.
It's Toby Morgan, who began his career at Syracuse before making his way to
They've got him looking run. Now they're going to throw it. Takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. And these guys just score from anywhere out there. After that drive, it sure looks that way.
And that's what separates really good offenses from great offenses. When you're backed up in bad position, you can still fight your way out, go get you a touchdown. That's a great drive by the offense.
And he misses again. A second missed extra
I done
point.
missed so many field goals this game, boy. Say,
He's got all the accolades. Everybody's saying everybody's best quarterback, best quarterback.
He'll bring it out. It's Claiborne. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Out of the gun, the inside handoff, looking for a crease. Oh, he's got some space.
Good run.
He picked up the first down.
That was a good run.
Wants to throw on first down. Complete to the right. And
Damn, is y'all playing without me knowing? Y'all got to be on the stick?
This offense is like running a perfection drill in practice against Indiana. Chunk play after chunk play, and here they come again. Holds it in. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there. This offensive score with a fresh set of downs.
Sure, that's a good matchup there.
Play action on first
Right there. Ah! Oh my God, man.
That's exactly what this offense needed to do. You talk about answering at the right time, right before the half, close this gap, create some momentum, go into the half, put something together, try to come out with your hair on fire and win this second half.
And the extra point was good to finish things off. And he'll just take me in this drive. Will start at the 25. We'll see the offense make its way onto the field here, hoping for a successful drive. There wasn't much need to throw it around on that last drive for the touchdown, Jesse. They got it done running the ball.
And David, I don't think you have to overthink this thing. If they can't stop you running it, why would you stop handing it off? Just keep at it here on this drive.
Well, if I'm the defense,
I got to do it.
I'm bringing in
Motherfuckers ain't doing shit. My other team ain't doing nothing, bro.
towards the line of scrimmage. I am not going to let them have that kind of drive again.
So I got to do it.
Nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Didn't get much done on that run. He'll fight his way out and maybe pick up a yard. Clock will stop with this timeout from the offense. They'll get a chance to regroup on the sideline. Looking downfield very late in the half. He'll pull it down and run. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Unloads to the wideout. He makes the catch. And they reacted well to the completion, but it was too late to keep them from getting the first down. The offense burns its third and final timeout of the half. Waning seconds of the first half, and they'll try to tack on a 3 before they head to the locker room. And this one sails through just inside that left upright. The lead now up to 7. That's the end of the second quarter. That means
For the ball 17.
And it should come as no surprise that we have ourselves a fun matchup in Waco. And there's no more fitting place to begin than with this stud receiver and how he's dominated the first half. Some guys have the ability to elude any pain. This young man is a true three-level threat. Short passes, the intermediate game, and the deep ball. He is a problem, and I don't think this defense has the solution. And with that, let's send it back to the guys along the banks of the Brazos River at McLean Stadium.
We're just about ready to start the second half.
The opportunity to see how aggressive he becomes right now. Not to stay out of field goal range. You bring pressure and you sit back on those soft zones and hope that your secondary can come up and make a tackle immediately. That's done. Morgan with plenty of time to survey. Fast veterans man outside. I think Wimber. 34th down. The far was on the coverage. And here, 4th and 18 with T.C. Taylor sending out the money through this. The field goal. Oh, the field goal. Oh, they got trouble. Eduardo Meza, who has a
Longest season
Raider.
46
Reset on game 5 for 1 minute and 60. What's the question mark? 1-5-5. We thought Houston Taylor
Absolutely.
in the game was a good question mark. Surprised to see him go for it in this situation. 155. They feel they're kicking low this season. You see this.
They have enough money. It's just when it's right. So not able to net any points, and the Hornets defense was able to hold. They'll get the ball back every time. Back here, and it's a 7-0 advantage for the 14th ranked Jackson State Tigers. The Hornets made their way from Montgomery, Alabama. They swarm as one. Eddie Robinson Jr. knows all about that. His school was founded in 1867 in the capital city of Alabama. Better than 3,600 students led by Dr. Quentin T. Ross and a number of notable alumni. Ralph David Abernathy, activist and minister within the civil rights movement, comedian Ricky Smiley. You changed?
I'm going to take an ad one.
Okay.
He's changed. Also one that was missing from there. But Javaris Jackson, one of the all-time greats in the SWAC, played quarterback in Red Alabama State. He was SWAC championship.
The fans complete the first completion quickly out to Jalen Jones, the redshirt freshman out of Kentucky. And provided Jones. We mentioned at the top of the broadcast the speedy pressure and cutter in the SWAC, but it was a second to the time. Better than the 6 plays, 12-yard drive they had last time.
Good time to go a little tempo right now, I think, if you're Alabama State. Coordinator, especially Barnett. He wants Biden to get going. So we're starting to see him get a couple of throws, pick up a first down, and continue to go with the tempo to keep this momentum going for the quarter in.
And Warner, the first down, reminder the play clock is being kept on the field. There's some technical issues with the play clocks inside the stadium.
This looks right here. We open it up to the pass. Two-back formation. We've got the wide receiver stack. We should be able to throw the ball all day. So we know Alabama State truly wants to run it.
Body with plenty of time across the middle of the field. The pass is complete. And into Tiger territory as a Johnny Harrell. The Captain run.
And from the spot with that formation, and that basically tells you just have one guy to beat chunky yardage that can be made after the completion. Great recognition by body of the coverage. A great schematic used by Chris Barnett to help make the read easier. This is a number count. I've got you guys out there. You got you guys out there. You're going to guard my two. Sounds like by division, that's one-on-one, isn't it? He's like two is one, right?
It's a great Howard Mass there, partner. 36-yard pickup will in the first quarter as Alabama State trying to work their way back into this one and spoil the homecoming for JSU. SWAC showdown, second quarter action coming your way. We return. Well, Order, what can your offense do to get running?
Well, we're in the red zone. We just have to settle down. Everybody just have to take what he's going to give him, and if he's going to run, just run decisively.
All right, defensively, are there any adjustments that you need to make?
Now we just have to tackle. Morgan is a tough kid. He's hard to get down. We got pressure on him. We just couldn't get him down, so we have to realize he's a physical guy. You got to go low on him.
All right, we appreciate the time.
Thank you.
And now a red zone opportunity for the Hornets, as you Coach Robinson Jr. mentioned. The handoff to Marcus Harris, the second. He picks up a couple of yards, tackled by Taylor. For the new foundation, again, We talked about the top scoring offense in the SWAC. They're getting the top scoring defense in the conference as well. Jackson State won that battle in the first 15 minutes.
Absolutely. Jackson State did whatever they could do without allowing Alabama State to run the football. They never caught with two guys in the box within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage. If they break another now, you see 6 guys there to stop the run, and they're willing to give up some passing.
Going to make Body beat them, but they're also swarming around Body, and a number of blue jerseys there, and among them, Jeremiah Williams, the big interior lineman out of Lexington, Mississippi.
Jeremiah Williams is probably the most experienced defensive lineman for Jackson State. Been around the block a few times, playing great football from that interior defensive lineman position.
They felt like he could take advantage of the fact that Alabama State likes to run the ball. There was a good example as that pass play broke down. Now 3rd and 9 for Alabama State. 2 for 3 so far. 3rd down conversions for the Hornets.
Practice to get somebody open to run up the hatch.
And again, pressure. Jeremiah Williams couldn't bring him down. Bobby stays on his feet. And the pass gets intercepted. Well, just making Andrew Body uncomfortable in every part of the field, and the Jackson State Tiger defense doing a great job.
I talked about earlier, the seam was open. This is the soft side defense. Watch and see the receiver's going to come through, get a clean release, and attack the middle. This is open right there. He was open, outran it, Body didn't see it. You have to attack the field. He's trying to establish the passing attack.
The 36-yard attempt from Andrew Buakel, and it is up and through. So the Hornets able to get 3 points out of that one and get on the board here from Jackson. Meanwhile, T.C. Taylor coming out of that timeout, electing to kick the field goal here from 36 yards out. The correction's not 29 yards out. Donovan Warren, who's 2 for 2 this season, is going to get a crack at it here. The kick is up, and it is through. So extending the lead now out to a touchdown as T.C. Taylor wisely takes those points.
I agree with that wholeheartedly. 7-3 game. You know what you're saying. Get it back to a touchdown. Keep extending the lead. Every chance you can to extend the lead, do it. Don't play around with fire. So I think that's the right decision by T.C. Taylor.
Eddie Robinson Jr. wants to see his top scoring offense get going. But you talked about who SWAC. Right, both these coaches came up through the SWAC. They played their college ball here. Now they are leading their programs as well. 12 straight wins against SWAC opponents for T.C. Taylor and his Tigers. But coming in, Eddie Robinson Jr. just talked about the amount of respect. And both of these coaches, share how they feel that, both of these, or each individual on the sideline are doing a great job leading their programs, and the way that they built the programs poured into these young men helped them to be successful. Last year, Jackson State was perfect in the conference, won the 3rd SWAC championship in 4 seasons, and won the first ever cricket celebration bowl. Nehemiah Hickson on the return for the Hornets. He spins off a tackler, keeps on going, and a flag flies out in the process of that return. So that 36-yard return hangs in the balance, likely going to come back against Alabama State as we hear from Preston Clipper. While we have time, let's take a look at the HBCU power rankings. And Jay, within your purview, what do you see?
I was got a pretty good football team. Conference play in the MEAC has not started yet, so I've got Howard at number 5. North Carolina Central emerging fast. That's a team that you got to watch out for. They've got some star power. They're having a good year. South Carolina State, the reigning champions of the MEAC, so not to disrespect them, but they're kind of all over the place a little bit now. They're on watch. You see it right now. Alabama State, to me, has emerged as the number 2 team in all of HBCU football. And number 1, Jackson State, getting the job done. Think about the teams on the bubble. Prairie A&M and Delaware State. Did not think I would be talking about Delaware State on the bubble.
Yeah. Deshaun Jackson has done a great job with that group out of Dover. Meanwhile, Prairie View A&M, along with Jackson State and Alabama State, the 3 undefeated teams remaining in conference play. As the Hornets offense gets going, quickly out to Jalen Jones. And Jones, who is a guy who is explosive, he's fast, he's been a playmaker for Alabama State. Gain of 5 for the redshirt freshman out of Birmingham.
So when we talk about what's at stake, the most important thing is stake. Whoever wins this game will be my number 1 team in the I don't miss too often.
Not to be in the driver's seat for the SWAC East.
Oh, you're going to be number 1, James. Give me 5. Everywhere we go to, what do they say? Better talk about it till you're 5. Well, you want to be number 1 in the Give Me 5? Win this football game.
Carl Ligon on the carry. Ligon, who's coming off SWAC Newcomer of the Week honors for his performance against the Cookman, 59 yards and a couple of touchdown runs. Quickly moving here and at the 20-yard line for first down. 50% so far on third down. A nice cutback. The ball carrier Ligon picks up the first down, brought down by Jeremiah Williams. Just a reminder to our viewers, you control your own destiny. And over the last couple of years, you understand that the champions out of the SWAC East have been undefeated in conference play. Jackson State a season ago, 23 it was Florida A&M, and 21 and 22 it was Jackson State as well. So important to remain unblemished because it's hard to come back and get a loss. Ligon once more up the middle. Tripped up. And as we look back over the last 7 champions out of the conference, I mean, it's been dominated by the East, right? Alcorn State and winning back-to-back years before they moved over to the West. And the Alabama A&M, that COVID shortened season. Jackson State has really reigned dominant for the last 4 seasons. Body 4-6 today, 50 yards. Drops out of them.
Oh, he missed him.
The Adams man takes a little time, and the ball is deflected. Good play on the outside by KJ Chisholm. Chisholm, one of the 2 sophomore starting quarterbacks with Tigers.
Just tell me, how open is he on the double move? This is what you want right here. A great job setting up the double move, slant go, safety falls down. All you have to do is see it, recognize it. He went the wrong place with the ball. So often say, they have trick wide receiver set to the right. If you go backside, you have to complete that pass 98% of the time. Body went backside. There's nobody there for the incompletion.
We saw man in motion and Bobby was brought down to the ground. Big number 95, Kazarius Bowie with a big stop.
We try to move the pocket semi, but a really good job of making Body stay in the pocket. Number 19, Frankie Dunn, he had outside contained, forced Body to cut up inside where he had a header waiting for him. Jackson State's defense doing a really good job containing an explosive player in Andrew Body, quarterback for Alabama State.
And isn't that what you hope to do? Because you can't completely stop him, but if you can contain them, you feel like you can walk away like we did our job.
Yeah, that's what they will do. If he makes the passes to beat them, they'll live with that. Look at the kicker. This will be coming back, and I think this should be the variety. This should be the type where it's a personal foul because they absolutely tattooed the punter.
When we talked with T.C. Taylor, you know, he's made mention of special teams has to be special when the kicking game.
Roughing the kicker. But 15-yard penalty.
And indeed, so we saw the 51-yard missed field goal attempt, and now the personal foul that extends the possession as Jinsey Riley runs into the punter.
And they pushed him down. After he was going by him, gave him the push. And, you know, so you can argue that one there, but when that punter kicked the ball, that was more than taking a cheap shot on the punter type of play there. And Alabama State will get to hold the football. Poor play by the special teams in Jackson State.
So, Jay, your offensive coordinator, Chris Barnett, you know, one of the things he mentioned to us was he's got to balance keeping the running backs, the wide receivers fed because they are so talented. But how can they illuminate their talent within these drives? How can they get the ball to their playmakers?
Because they're being a little harder. Because they want to be balanced, they're sacrificing and running the ball. But in this case, I'm going to throw it. They're saying, we're giving you one-on-one coverage. And stop trying to force feed the run.
Well, they run it to the outside. They said they would have some success on the perimeter, but a great play made on the perimeter, specifically by Shamar Hawkins on the tackle.
I mean, they're trying to give an exotic formation. This is like a sweep left with the lead blocker. But look at the two jerseys, 3 blue jerseys there to bring down the ball carrier. You know, so often you want to balance it out, but you have to play football. And what's the game say? I want to go empty backfield, maybe just one running back in the backfield, 3 wide receiver set, and tell Andrew Body, make some throws. And if you don't make throws, then you take off running.
Well, they remain dominant. Now, I'm going to say this, Jay. Over the last couple of games against the Florida schools, Bethune-Cookman and Florida A&M, they've rushed for just about 300 or more yards over the last couple of games, coming off a season-high 388 yards on the ground. So they've been committed to that.
I got you. Let me go hit my Richard Pryor on. You want me to believe you or my lying eyes? My eyes are not lying to me. The line of scrimmage is being controlled by Jackson State. You can't run the football when you're not winning the battle at the line of scrimmage. They want to do the balance, but you have to be able to control the line of scrimmage. And we've seen Alabama State just get stonewalled trying to run the football.
Well, the Tigers spin the timeout, and we will step aside here as well with 3rd and 8 coming up. Called the City with Soul. As we take a look at the SWAC standings and an all-important game here today in the East Division between Alabama State and Jackson State, currently at 2-0 in the conference. They control their own destiny. On the west side, it's Prairie View A&M under first-year head coach Tremaine Jackson, who is impressive with the Panthers so far.
Kind of similar why this game is so important. You see Texas Southern in second place there. They lost to Prairie View early. They're in the trail position behind Prairie View. That's why this game is so important. You want to control your own destiny and not be in that trail position.
And coming out of the timeout, 3rd and 8 here for Alabama State, looking to convert.
You have to throw the ball on the lower part of your field, the right side of your screen where you're going with the football. You're playing the zone coverage there. Find somebody that can increase the zone. Right there. There's a pump curl.
Body continues to hold, scrambles, picks up the first.
He can run. He's going to miss you on the coverage of where you should go with the football. Watch the curl route on the left side of your screen. Going to flash right there in front. He's open right there. Number 6, A.J. Darrell was open. But Body said, I'll call my own number and run. You talk about this. The curl flat is right there. But he just doesn't see him running around looking. And that's why he becomes better. He gets the motion out of his feet down and read. He made a fantastic play. That was a much easier throw if he recognized the coverage.
1st and 10, 4 minutes to go in the half. Alabama State trailing by a score. goes for a John Harrell, who holds it.
Double move on the man-to-man. Watch this. Give him a little stutter. No. Give me that to turn on the jet. Perfectly thrown out high body. He found the right person to go to with the football and made a spectacular throw and a great catch. ASU on the move.
First and goal now, and they run through, and Marcus Harris the second. So his rushing touchdown of the season. The Jackson, Mississippi native back home here, and he puts his Alabama State Hornets within one.
Yeah, you hear the quiet statement right there. If you're Alabama State, you want that. You don't want the band playing. You want the crowd to just be in shock. What did we just see?
Tie ball game, 11 plays, 90 yards, 6 minutes plus taking off the clock. But it's Andrew Body who does his thing. Connects with Dylan and Check inside the 5. Off by a short run from Marcus Harris, the second 12 times.
They would have the pressure being the number one overall 50. David Andrews going to be in the steal for the first round.
The up man receives it on the return for Jackson State. And they're going to get pretty solid field position as we tell you more about Jackson State University. B.I. Love is what they say around these parts, founded in 1877, currently with interim president Dr. Denise Jones Gregory, 6,300 plus. And a very, very, very proud alumni base for Pro Football Hall of Famers, including Walter Payton. How about James Meredith, a civil rights activist, and a former baseball guy, as you are, Jay. Oil Can Boyd. There's Oil Can Boyd.
Let me ask you a question.
Okay, wait a minute. I should be asking you the question, Jay, after this.
Question after this player. It's something took me a while to learn. I'm a big geography guy, right? So what city are we in right now?
Jackson.
Jackson is the what of Mississippi?
Capital.
Oh, okay. So when we talk about the SWAC, Alabama State's in what city?
Montgomery.
Montgomery is the
Capital
of Alabama. Think about it. We were another team that competes is Southern. Southern's in where?
Baton Rouge.
That is just me. And there's a school in Tallahassee called FAMU. And Tallahassee is the
Capital of Florida.
fine. It took me a while to stick it in. Those are some power.
I appreciate that. I appreciate you taking the time. It's Travis Terrell on that left side. He's going to be stopped a few yards short of the first down.
Are we missing any other capitals?
Okay, well, now, in the SWAC,
In the SWAC.
no.
In the VIAC.
In the MEAC, you move to
I would say,
Howard.
well, I mean, that's we're in America.
Yeah.
We got the capital of the United States of America. I think in North Carolina A&T when they were there in Greensboro. They go to capital of North Carolina? No? I need help.
2 minutes time, I'll take it on the field as Jackson State will try to get this third down when we come back. I'm corralling in the end zone and looking forward to that halftime performance. As we take a look at the SWAC scoreboard, Alabama A&M and Mississippi Valley State, a 1-point game between the two in Huntsville. How about North Carolina Central traveling to Tallahassee, so far shutting out the Rattlers, the Dylan Cookman in action as well, and obviously a number of homecoming dates today as Travis Terrell on the outside with a strong carry and a late hit there after.
Curious about that one. I think the crowd might have helped get that penalty call there. It was a close play on the sideline, whether it was a late hit or not, over by Trey Phillips.
Able to hear.
Let's take a look here.
Another look here. He's out of bounds.
Oh, at the helmet. Absolutely. Absolutely. Good job, Ref.
So a 12-yard run by Terrell Jr. now turns into a 27-yard play after the penalty against Alabama State.
When you see the replay, slow things down and makes it look a little bit more graphical. What was Trey Phillips thinking about? I mean, not only was it a late hit, but a shot to the head. They say to the dome. Can't do that. That is a huge penalty there to get better field position to Jackson State.
That's a first and 10 from the Hornets 30-yard line. Has his man Janae. Philadelphia, Mississippi, Janae Dupree's own for Jackson State. Catches the score. It puts the Tigers on top.
In Philadelphia, Mississippi, I think of Marcus Dupree. Janae Dupree is the grandson of the Mississippi legend, Marcus Dupree. Big play here for homecoming.
And starting to fire up those J-State fans, the pom-poms going in the stadium. You see the debris flying across the field. The extra point is good. Well, Jacoby and Morgan doing his thing. Last two completions for 62 yards. And we talked about how he's been the last couple of weeks. And they're just a perfect connection for Dupree.
A really good job by the running back in the backfield to abandon the play action fake, sell out for the protection. And we've seen Morgan make some great throws from the pocket. Nice read and recognition, knowing where to go with the football. We knew there was pressure, but it was picked up and found his wide receiver in the end zone.
JSU fans leading FCS in attendance. They are here in full force for this homecoming weekend. One of 13 homecomings across HBCU football. That drive didn't take long, 8-5. That 15-yard personal foul penalty, and that was the same story in that first drive for Jackson State. They took advantage of 4 penalties from Alabama State to help them along to score that opening possession.
In these type of football games, you cannot do that. So every time we've seen Jackson State score a touchdown, there's been a penalty on the Alabama State defense during that drive. So they've got to eliminate the penalty. But Jackson State celebrates, but you've got a dangerous person getting ready to come on the field. If I'm Andrew Body, I'm welcoming the opportunity to run 2-minute offense before the half.
And Shai Harrell, who took a shot, kept on going. And down at about the 29-yard line.
Let me repeat what I always say, Fitz. You've heard me say it before.
All right, here we go.
2-minute offense. If you give me the ball minute and 30 with 2 timeouts, I'm going to get you a field goal. You give me the ball around minute 30 with 3 timeouts, what am I going to get you?
A touchdown.
A touchdown. Let's see what Andrew Body's about.
And right now, you've got to feel good about Body and the Hornets offense because these are the numbers that they have put up this season. And obviously, Jackson State has made it difficult for them. But if they fall upon the stands that they've set so far through 5 games.
It's been no running game. It's been a running game.
That's a bad job. Oh, my God.
Andrew Body completes it on the outside.
I'm tripping with these kicks, bro.
Don't know if the defense will appreciate having to defend the short field from the start after that penalty.
The quarterback can throw the ball behind the line of scrimmage and pick up all these extra yards after the catch.
Play fake on first down. He's got the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Got the completion on the last play, still some work to do on second down. Back to pass. got it in the middle. It's Weeks. All down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Good job by the receiver there, not to run
And I still had to put my middle
to
finger
find the
in.
spot where the quarterback can throw the ball.
Yeah, those types of routes, Reese, they say if you're looking, you're looking. So if that's man coverage, the receiver's staring at the quarterback all the way across the field. That time, the receiver didn't give the quarterback his eyes, so they were on the same page. They both knew it was zone, and they executed that perfectly.
I'm trying to find your scoreboard right now in this situation. She says defense on the field.
After losing a couple on that last play, here's 2nd and 12.
And no gain on the play. We're really only going 1 yard.
That's caught. It's Weeks.
Is that the base step up in the boat? So now the flies they gotta go.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
Jackson State is selling out against the
This offense is starting to believe, and as they generate yards and points, they're bringing momentum with them. Off the play fake on first down, lost the throw. Took a shot as he threw. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. They're dealing with a 2nd and long. He'll pull it on the read. Hard running there. Showed off just about every move in the book, except the forward move. Stop for a short gain. It'll be 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. They're working that left side. He's going to come up about 5 yards short of the line to gain. Now on 4th down, they'll try to come away with 3. And he'll try to keep that smooth leg swing going for the 2nd time today. This one from 34 yards out. He splits the upright. That'll bring him to within 4. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, guys, let's take a look at what's happening in a great top 25 matchup. Alabama is on the short side of things right now, but like the days of Tua and Devontae Smith in the 2018 title game, do not rule out a comeback.
They'll leave it with him.
It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Vanderbilt. It's an outcome that, if it holds, will have SEC fans buzzing all week, guys.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. Back down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down.
This shouldn't be a surprise to anybody. If you've got the lead in the 3rd quarter and you want to keep it, you got to bleed the clock. Best way to do that, run the football. You're now seeing this offense call these run plays back to back. They are trying to be physical. They're trying to stay on the field.
They got nothing on the last play at 2nd and 10. Looking to fire. Here he goes breaking the pocket. It's incomplete. Good job by the defense sticking with its coverage.
Defensive coordinators draw all these blitzes, and then you got a guy like that, and he just keeps it rolling. And he can get out of things. He's a magician, just pops out of things, makes plays. He got outside the pocket, incomplete pass. You know what? I was still holding my breath the whole time.
They bring the punter onto the field now. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. He wastes no time and comes out throwing. He makes the grab. And look for the space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out in the 30.
And a great job by the QB. Find the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
It'll be 1st and 10 from the 30. Looking to throw on first down. Got the back over the middle. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few. Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Wants to go up top. Grab near the marker. It's Weeks. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a first down. Last completion move the sticks in. Let's see if they try it again. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. So now it's 2nd and long.
Under there. untouched Washington out the marker.
Handoff to the lone back. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out.
You have to know.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long.
You bet that's what the fuck.
From the gun, wants to pass. Complete to the left. And a big-time grab there. Knocked down immediately, but not before he gets it to the 40. Line gets set, 1st down. Motion from the wide receiver. The give to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. The lost yardage leaves him with 2nd and 11. Back to pass. And the pass is incomplete. Jarred.
This
will be the 8th play of the drive, but a great opportunity for the defense to get off the field. Finds his big tight end. And this defense is half a beat behind. They just can't keep up. They get down to the 21. This offense lines up feeling awfully good after that big play. Looking to the big tight end. Got his man to the left. Huge game before he goes out of bounds, and now they've got it 1st and goal. The offense threatening, close to the end zone now with a new set of downs. He's looking to throw. Back's looking for the goal line. Takes it into the end zone for a touchdown. Well, they started with horrible field position, but ended with perfect field position in the middle of the end zone.
It all comes down to execution, Reese. You've got to have guys going out and doing their jobs. You saw the offensive line out front there. The physical, skilled players made it happen with the ball in their hands. And the quarterback really showed command on that last drive.
On the run from inside his own 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. A lot of field in front of them as they open this possession from their own 20. The give on the gun. He just could not get loose, and they'll knock him down 4 yards behind the line. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out.
Same guy getting hurt. We got to score, bro.
A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Looking to fire. He's going for a big play downfield. Brings it in down the left side. Off and running. Strolls into the end zone for a touchdown.
Quarterback's ability to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation of time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit the guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little hope out of this crowd. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. They come to the line for the first play of the drive, snapping it from the 21. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw.
Come on, y'all.
Tight end finds a soft spot. And they'll pick up the 1st down and mark it at the 47. Big play out of the gate to start this drive, and here they come again. The give to the running back from the shotgun. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It swings. Big pickup on that one. They'll mark him out at the 40. The offense lines up at the 41 with a 1st and 10. Gets it out quickly. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break break to check him out. Second down coming up. They'll go to the ground. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
And man, it's nice to have a guy that is just better than your guys. And no matter what play you call, man, how about him getting in the backfield quick, penetrating, using his quickness, and using his strength to get him to the ground. That is a ball.
And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third.
They continue to boil over into the following season. Unfriendly handshake between Chris Parker and Eddie Robinson Jr. And Eddie Robinson Jr. made it. He sweated. He came up through the sweat. Had questions for Coach Brown.
Here comes the fourth. Time to see who steps up, who makes the winning plays to take home that W. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on fourth down.
They're doing like an old-fashioned swap showdown type of game.
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down.
Get out. Get out now.
Fires to the
Uh-huh. Let go, boy. Let go, boy. Let go, boy. Let go, boy.
And it'll be a touchdown.
There you go, man. He moving.
Looks as if this bunch is about to go 6-1. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row.
Eddie Robinson Jr.
How about that, man?
He moved there because he had that ball so long, boy.
Get this offense going, get smart on some points on the board, and that could have gone any worse.
Boy, down here playing in that red. Stop playing them, huh?
All the way back for 6. That offense just shot themselves right in the foot.
And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. And that was not what they had in mind as the kickoff sails out of bounds.
Completion percentage and yards for Andrew Bynum.
The ball is coming out to the 40 after that penalty on the kickoff.
Possessions.
They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Gets it to him on the screen. Good start to this drive, and they'll need much, much more if they're going to give him a finish.
They need a ton more of this, but you got to start the drives great. The first play needs to be really good. That was a good start. Now we got to keep building on it, and we got to do it in a hurry.
They knock him down, but he's got enough to get across the line and pick up the first down. Here's his offense with a fresh set of downs.
But that's a good sign to start this first
Looking
quarter.
downfield on first down. He's finally shot down of bounds at the 23-yard line, and a big pickup on that one. Inside at the 25, they'll snap it to the 24, first down. And he never had a chance, just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out.
FCS.
Lost one on that last one. It's second and 11.
Looked so good. Averaged 200 yards and 100-plus yards.
Back to pass.
To the ground.
Rushes on
Come here.
him. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34.
And this team is doing a really good job with situational football. Both drives. Last drive gave up some yards, 0 points. This drive, forcing a third and long. You bring on the pass rushers. You get after them in a predictable situation.
Makes the catch. It's Allen. He cannot get there. It'll be fourth down.
Nobody's open. You got to read the
He'll try to throw and pick up the first down.
Runs out the one. Gets the
Complete on fourth down, and man, did they need to keep that drive alive.
17-yard puts them in Tiger territory. They hand it up against Stuka.
Wide receiver going in motion. Little touch pass to the receiver. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes second and 13. To give as they work on that clock. Get him on the ground after a 4-yard run out to the 31. Man down on the plays. The officials take a break to let him be checked out. Now facing a third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the wideout. They makes the grab. It's Smith. And he's brought down after a nice gain. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. And off from the shotgun. That is a big win for this defense as they
I gotta do some work on my running back.
got the ball. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. The give out of the gun. They make the stop, but not down. They've got it at the 30.
And there's nothing more demoralizing for a defense than when you're losing, you know they're going to run the football, they're trying to run the clock, and you can't stop them. They've got to be more aggressive, bring more guys to the line of scrimmage. They've got to stop this ground game and get the ball back.
Wrestled down at the 26. It's a gain of 4.
And I know you can play these late game situations differently, but I love when you just stay physical. You run the football, you preserve the lead, you got great field position. You're in a great position to salt this clock away and get a W.
Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. They're in the red zone, 1st and 10.
I don't know why they got him over.
They go to the ground. Fights off the defender. Not a lot there. Picks up 1 inside the 20 to the 19. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play. We'll take a break to check it out. To the ground with the back. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. They're a perfect 2 for 2 on 3rd down on this drive. They need 8 to move the chains again. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. So here comes the field goal unit. They've been doing work today. They've already made a couple. Just drives in between the uprights. And that lead grows even bigger. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play. We'll take a break to check it out. So after putting 3 on the board, the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. So, guys, we'll see this offense again. Off the play fake on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there.
It's always interesting how people handle late game. Like, you know this game is over. There's not a lot to gain from it. Some people try to throw the ball deep.
Got him.
And the pressure gets there.
No, it's
Down he goes at the 18.
We put it on.
Now 3rd and long and trying to play catch-up in more ways than one after that earlier sack. He's looking downfield to throw. He wants a big play here late. And it goes through his hands. Oh, he had an explosive play right there for the taking, but couldn't reel it in. Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down and 10 to go. Force it in, the 1st down and more. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. After picking up the 1st down, they still have to move quickly here. Looking to throw on 1st down. Fires to the tight end. Good pick up there as he gets the 1st down. They'll mark him at the 48. Just keeps slinging it. Unloads to the wideout. Complete to the left. He'll go out of bounds. They'll mark him down at the 31. And a big pickup on that one. They'll snap this one from the 32. It's 1st down. To the air on 1st down. Using the back as a receiver on the screen.
And that's exactly what this defense needs to do. The clock is your friend. Try to keep them in bounds. No big plays, and let that clock just tick.
They'll go to the air on 2nd and short. Lets it fly deep downfield. And it's caught for a touchdown. So how about this? Maybe we are set up for a finish.
Well, the offense did their part. You're just trying to apply some pressure on the opponent, right? Yeah, you're down right now, but if you can find a way to get the ball back with some time on the clock, they're within striking distance still to win this game.
When the ball is caught, look at all three wide receivers thinking.
And with the extra point, every little bit counts as they get closer. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Guys, one of the biggest games of the week is playing out right now. Let's check in on this top 25 battle. Alabama is in the unusual position of having to come from behind right now. But there's not a soul who doesn't believe the Tide can't roll back into this one. It's a touchdown game. They're trailing by 7 to Vanderbilt. We'll keep an eye on things until the final four in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. They get the W, and with that
Two playmakers up front for sure for Eddie Robinson Jr. So I hope that they can make it.